The match was in Jaipur, but in Lucknow, there is a
celebration.
No, there is a kahavat from Lucknow, Tehzeeb wala shair. Pehle aap. That's what all the top teams are doing. Nobody wants to be in top 2. They're all telling each other, pehle aap. Gujarat is telling Punjab. Punjab is telling RCB is telling Mumbai Indians. Everyone is telling, ki pehle aap, you qualify. And that's exactly what has been happening in this IPL. For the third match in a row, teams that were supposed to seal the top 2 position have faltered. And that takes me to the biggest question. Where was this Delhi Capitals? Where was this Sunrisers Hyderabad?
Where was this LSG?
Where was this Lucknow Super Giants throughout the season? And now they have woken up, and it's not just win or anything. They have registered some very impressive wins. The last 3 games, whether it was LSG, whether it was Sunrisers Hyderabad, whether it is today Delhi Capitals.
The Delhi team is...
I'm happy to note the jersey is out.
Finally, last game of the season.
That's why they were not playing. They were waiting for you to wear the
So it arrived just last game of the season, so I was ready with the jersey. But I think today the right combination for a change by the Delhi Capitals. No Abhishek Porel, you went in with Karun Nair.
They heard you, na? You were going after him every game.
No, Abhishek Porel, you went with Sameer Rizvi and Karun Nair, both of them. Impressive batting. But I'll be very honest, I'm not going to read too much into this victory. I know that this...
What are you going to do with reading this?
Exactly.
Season is over.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. I know that this looks like a very clinical performance by the Delhi Capitals, and that's exactly how the other victories for the Delhi Capitals look like as well. But again, I feel one-off sort of a situation where Sameer Rizvi, I think, had a very good day today. So you ended up winning with Karun Nair. That helped you win the game. But otherwise, the batting order same. It's very much the same. You went with Sadiqullah Atal today as well. So all the things again, really nothing much to say today.
Sometime be happy, na yaar. But your team has won. Celebrate today.
Faf at the toss also said that we would definitely want to finish on the 5th. So now Delhi is not slipping any further. 5th is where we are finishing.
See, they've done better than your favorite team. Sunrisers Hyderabad, who you're praising that they are as good. See, they've done better now. Yeah. Delhi Capitals, they'll fill
at 15.
Yeah.
So maybe that one rained out game, if that would have gone in favor of Delhi Capitals.
So it's actually they are the ones who are very close. Who knows?
Last team to get knocked out.
No, but I'm saying those things, what will happen next season and all is fine. But for a change, be happy na that they have won.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy for Sameer Rizvi.
I don't know whether you'll be happy today because
RCB now have a chance.
No, they've dented your favorite team, Punjab, na second favorite team's chance to.
No, but still, favorite remains Delhi Capitals, despite the fact that they haven't even qualified.
No, see, because this win is not doing anything for Delhi, but it has spoiled what could have been.
Everybody now is on an equal keel. If Gujarat win tomorrow versus CSK, sealed, top 2 sealed.
I wouldn't be surprised now if there's
Chennai also win.
Chennai win. That's the trend going on.
Because the broadcasters are going with one last time question mark.
No, one last time.
This season.
This season. He's coming back next season, I've told you. Then what? The broadcasters themselves don't know anything. Yeah. Every match they keep asking from last 3 seasons, is this your last match? Is this your last time you're coming? So they also do Andhere Mein Teer and just put...
Sometimes parents also come to watch a match.
So they also...
There's a speculation.
They also start focusing. So they know as much or as little as anybody else in the world. So they don't know. They are also speculating one final time. He's going to come back. The point is, one thing which is, it goes on to prove that for the first time we saw this season and we all discussed that, this season, how has this happened? 1 week, 10 days before the season, league game come to an end and we know everything. But IPL said, hold on, hold your horses. We have many surprises up our sleeves. So you may have known the top 4, but we will ensure the trend of IPL final day being of any consequence will continue, because we will not let you know who are the top 2, who are 3 and 4, and that you will only find out
Monday and Tuesday.
Yes.
For some reason, I have this funny feeling that Mumbai Indians will seal a top 2 spot. I think that's
You've been having funny feelings for the whole of IPL and you got it wrong.
No, but at least I got 2 of them correct.
Which ones? you can't even remember also. That is the worst part.
That's still better than having RCB, at the bottom, and then, the other day, giving them a top 4 spot.
No, but that before the IPL started, he picked them in top 4. Give him credit. The auction day was different.
2-10 and top 4. That's more funny
but
than, my
I agree.
predictions
I agree
that
it was funny.
haven't come true.
I agree it was funny, but he made a quick turnaround. It was not, like he said 2-10 one day, and then 1 month later he's doing a turnaround.
Next day only he said.
Next day he changed. So that
Very
maybe he realized, he slept, and then in the dream he realized, what have I done? And he changed next day.
I mean, for 83 crores, they could have done far better. That's my only argument. But then, okay, they are now going to be either in the top 2, provided GT lose to CSK tomorrow. The night game has no relevance at all. That's the only dead rubber. RCB, KKR versus SRH.
Best of luck watching that game and analyzing it too.
MI versus PBKS is...
Now it is a straight shootout. If MI beat...
That's a good game.
Yeah, on Monday. If MI beat PBKS, top 2. Oh, but provided LSG
defeat
RCB.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mumbai, it's not that easy.
It's
I
not
still feel that...
But Mumbai can still go, if Gujarat loses tomorrow and Mumbai wins, then even if
That is what I
Punjab
said.
wins, they can still make it to
No,
the
but
top.
how? Mumbai beating Punjab.
Yeah, they're
that's
playing
the
each
point,
other.
yeah.
MI PBKS face each other. So once progress will be cancelled in that sense.
Some
and
juice
one,
left.
in that sense, will get that boost. So
Yeah.
that is true. But as I said, this is what we discussed yesterday. I think Gujarat still best place to make it to top 2. Considering they're anyway either 1 or 2 point ahead of most other franchise, so they won't have to rely on net run rate. And secondly, they are playing, despite the trend that we've seen in the last few games, they are still playing the wooden spoon
Holders, yes.
in this season.
Yeah.
The only advantage, and if you look at it from CSK's point of view, that it's a day game, maybe it kind of evens out things. Had it been a day, because day games can be low scoring sometimes. Had it been a night game, high scoring game, I don't think Chennai
I have
would
a
have
feeling that Chennai.
But
finish in
Ahmedabad, day games have
Possible.
always been very high scoring. Day games in Ahmedabad.
Oh yeah, and it's Ahmedabad. I'm not giving Chennai too much chance now.
Yeah.
With the see again, if it was a ground which is a 180, 190 sort of a ground, then I could have said that Chennai. On a big high scoring ground, Ahmedabad would.
Chances are very bleak, but then Brevis, Shivam Dubey. See,
Full
T20.
season, Shivam Dubey has done nothing.
Brevis?
He's batting at 120 strike rate.
I'm saying-
Brevis, yes.
You need one player to just run away.
But for so long we were waiting one player only. Ayush Matre can be that player, or Brevis can be that player.
Or Urvil Patel could be that player.
Urvil Patel also, I don't know. But Matre and Brevis realistically can be your 2 players that can do something, but nobody else. So yeah, if you look at the points table, I think with the best place right now, upsets are happening as you've seen for the last game. But I think everyone's had their one share of upset. So Gujarat
hasn't yet.
Yeah, of course.
LSG,
yeah.
the lavender jersey.
Was it a upset in
Of
that?
course,
sense?
any team like today, it's an upset, no? Delhi beating
PBKS,
Punjab.
yeah.
Delhi is also sitting in the middle of the table, but they were Punjab had been the better team this season. Same for Gujarat versus Lucknow. Lucknow sitting in the middle of the table, but Gujarat being the far superior team, you expected them to win. So I mean, I just still hope that at least you think Gujarat will win. Upset is another thing. The other game is of no consequences. Actually, is this an updated thing, Pawan? Okay.
Yes,
Can
it
you
is.
show it to our viewers as well? Because I'll tell you one very interesting thing that you need to notice here. When you're going to compare Punjab and Royal Challengers Bengaluru, is the net run rate now. Now, in case of both teams losing their games or both teams winning their games, they end up on the same point, but the net run rate Punjab are ahead. And if both lose and both win, then seldom does the position change as well. Because if RCB win and Punjab lose, then it's pretty straightforward, nothing doing. But I'm saying if the results are exactly the same, both results, then for you to surpass that net run rate with just one game is going to be very tough. Had it been over 2 games possible.
Yeah, see, Punjab need to lose by 40 runs, RCB need to win by 40 plus. Because net run rate, when you look at it, RCB's took a dip because they lost by 42 runs to SRH. So I'm assuming the 40 run margin. If RCB beat LSG by 40 runs.
For that, if let's say both lose, because see, if RCB win, Punjab lose, then doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Or vice versa, doesn't matter. But I'm saying if the same result, then in that case, RCB would need to, let's say, win by 40 plus and ensure Punjab
Lose
win-
by 40.
No,
lose by
not
40.
lose. So then it's no news.
Win by
With
10
just
runs.
one,
Yeah.
exactly, 1 run or
One
so.
run, yeah.
Or it's a last ball sort of a finish.
Yeah.
Then 40 margin comes in.
Yeah.
But it can't be like supposing if Punjab were to win by 15 runs, let's say hypothetically, then it becomes 55 for RCB.
Because
It changes.
the gap is 0.072. That is the gap that is there between.
I think the
Plus
loss
you
for
covered up.
RCB was very big yesterday. Very big. I think that might just be the reason why they don't make it as well.
But to be fair, RCB have a relatively easier game than Punjab will.
True.
Yeah. But again, LSG at Ekana, that's also a tricky thing. And they have lost momentum at the
we
most.
also have
No,
to
I'm
keep
saying
in mind that-
relatively easy.
Yeah,
Sir,
relatively.
Punjab Kings also today in that sense did not have the best day with the bat. They had an average day and they still managed 206. So in that sense, Punjab has already...
Yeah, I mean, what is the best day? Shreyas got runs,
Just-
Stoinis got runs.
Shreyas and Stoinis, just these two got
But
runs.
you just said no with Chennai. All you need is 1 or 2 players. So each team
but with
plays like
Punjab till
that.
now,
one.
it was like that openers were chipping in with a majority of the runs. Then you had Shashank more often than not doing the job. Instead
Yeah,
of
but on
Shashank,
those
today
days,
Stoinis did it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And on days, Shreyas had a barren run. Then Prabh Simran and Priyansh were doing it. So
But
there's
wickets,
no-
yeah, totally. But their wickets were falling on regular intervals today. But they continue to score that runs because they have that depth in the batting. But no batter
But
had a
every
standout
team is
day
like
in
that. No,
sense.
RCB also on a given day 2 plays. Some day Salt plays and Virat plays. Some day Salt plays and Tim David comes in. 2-3 batters will be the norm, yaar. What do you
But with
expect?
Punjab, no. With Punjab, it's more often than not 4 people more often than not contribute. It's Nehal Vadera, it's Shashank Singh, Shashank or Stoinis. Then at the top, it's Shreyas Iyer and Prabh Simran, both of them. So today, 2 people only fired.
Shreyas, when Prabh was performing, Shreyas was not performing. When
Shreyas?
Shashank was performing, Stoinis was not.
But
Today
Vadera was
Stoinis
always
has-
performing.
I think the storm has hit
Marginal.
Jaipur.
It's marginal. No, it cannot. It first has to hit Delhi. It's coming from Punjab. So.
Because there was quite a heavy bit of dust storm that was
No,
happening
no,
there
it's
also.
here as well. So,
Outside also, was it there?
Not
No,
yet.
no, not yet.
Not
Not
at
yet.
all.
Not yet. It'll start.
so I said it. There
Yeah.
is a storm that is supposed to hit Delhi NCR. If you stay anywhere in the north of the country, people in Punjab and all would have already experienced it. It's a heavy storm coming our way. With the storm comes rain as well, and we're having such hot days. In fact, our studio is also at the moment
Exactly. I've texted twice.
extremely hot.
Texted him twice.
It is coming. The air condition will work.
Because of the 2 power cuts that we had. That's the thing.
But there's backup here.
Yeah, but then it takes a
AC
lot of time for the backup to start. It's always been that. It takes nearly half an hour for the backup to start, and then you'll get the temperature cold here at this point. So it's
Our
terrible.
studio is also extremely hot. Our air conditions are not working.
Yeah, but yes,
That's why I've got water with me.
yeah, only one game left now for each of the sides heading into it. We only
Season-
got 4 games left.
Yeah.
4 games
Season
left.
ends for Delhi
Why is
Capitals
Prabh
today.
Simran not keeping?
Today also again, because English is keeping. Maybe the message has reached now that you might not be in the scheme of things for T20. So don't need to do it.
That's what I'm
Start it
saying.
next
Nah.
season.
You kept saying Prabh Simran for
I
keeper.
was
He's not
reading
keeping
too much
only.
for the last time.
And by the way, English was, pardon my English, but terrible, horrible.
Yeah.
But Tristan Stubbs, he was so good.
No, Stubbs, I'm talking about wicket keeping and with Stubbs.
No, wicket keeping. Stubbs was keeping today.
Ah.
Yeah, he was very good behind the stumps today. Because Purell they dropped and KL was impact sub.
Yeah, no, but even Stubbs made that one mistake where that taking that review where the ball was not even
review
anywhere
but
close
his
to the bat.
glove
He's
work- Glove work was pretty nice.
No, he dropped a catch also. Where that Skyer went running, I think it was Atal's catch or someone.
Atalto was in Delhi.
Oh, no, sorry, not Atal.
That was
sorry.
English who dropped the catch. English to English.
Delhi dropped
Stubbs
as
don't
many
have
as
No,
6
no, no, so
catches.
that was dropped.
Stubbs actually took a catch that went high up in the air.
Stubbs took a catch. Correct.
Yep. So yeah, catching
English though was
terrible.
But he was good with the bat, decent. I liked his contribution.
I mean, the Australian Kings, if you look at it, 76 of 28 combined Stoinis and Inglis. Had they carried on, they would have had a 220 plus score. Had they carried on, but Stoinis, I think, didn't get much of the strike in the last overs. Inglis, I mean, danced down blindly to Vipraj, got stumped. And later on, look at the Indian contingent, hardly any contributions barring Shreyas Iyer. So that is one problem area that
Jaipur
they
for
need.
sure. The Storm has.
They need the Indian contingent.
Yeah,
to
it
stop
has reached Jaipur.
Yes.
Maybe it is here also.
Yeah.
The dust storm
we
has
can
reached.
we can be like Richie Beno commentating when
Word on Delhi's batting. You were not spending too much time. Karun Nair, the day he gets selected for the test team,
Even
really
KL.
stepped up.
Starts off with the 6.
KL was okay today. I mean,
started well.
yeah, but I think in that middle phase of the Karun Nair batted, I thought was amazing.
All the more
It was
reason,
200 plus strike rate for the first 30 odd runs that he got.
I think all the more reason to question Delhi Capitals as to why they left him out
Huh.
in between. I think he had done in
Purel,
whatever
they were
oppor-
continuing to play
Yeah.
Purel, no? That is why. Purel was continuously playing. Today he's been dropped. Finally. Late. Little
After
late.
all, little late, too late.
And they're still not listening to your Stubbs argument that play him higher up.
Today
higher
also he's
up.
coming when everything is done.
Sixth only, no?
Yeah.
Fifth, sixth is only his spot. No
And
matter.
Ashutosh was there waiting. It
Huh.
looked like he's getting annoyed at when will I get an
No,
opportunity.
but you can't really falter. At first, I was like, actually, even I saw Samir Rizvi come, I was like, okay, Rizvi is good, but yeah, Stubbs, yeah. But then the way Samir Rizvi
He
batted,
batted really good today. I think technically also he looked very, very good. It don't look like that he was just.
but he's there also for presentation. He's at every ground he reaches, yeah.
Yes.
Omnipresent.
Omnipresent everywhere.
I don't
They will see.
He who's
See him
there
on
everywhere.
TV also very often.
Okay.
Lucknow, one day in one match, next day Delhi is there in Delhi,
Yes.
next day in Jaipur, he's in Jaipur.
But
That's
Wow.
called a
Samir Rizvi's
life.
first half century in IPL.
It is. It
And he played 3 years, if I'm not wrong, 2
Yeah.
for Chennai. And
No,
now
but
for
I'm,
Delhi.
I'm happy Rizvi because remember previous season he came in with so much of reputation.
Last to last.
Yeah, where he was, that's what I said previously when he came with a lot of reputation, got sold in the auction, never really showed his true mettle. I think it took time and slowly and steadily he's actually showing people that what he did in state leagues for which,
T20 league, yeah.
and see that's why man is also there.
Of course.
So
What has he
Yeah.
got in Mukesh Kumar?
there.
Most dot balls.
Had 49 runs he went for, na?
He actually had lot of dot balls. if
But you
look
know,
at
to
it.
be fair,
25 runs off his last over.
no, you keep complaining about Mohit Kogla. So today what happened? It's a musical chair, that bowling team. Does not matter who you play.
3.
Whether it is
Rajan,
Nattu,
Mukesh or Mohit.
Mukesh or Mohit, whoever you play, the result will be the same.
That is why your campaign, it was always Mukesh or Mohit. Even people outside, sensibly it should have been Mukesh or Mohit. But you played Mukesh and Mohit. And see,
You started the season with chasing 207 and you ended it with chasing 207.
LSG.
Oh,
Ashutosh.
Ashutosh hitting
There
that
it was
six.
Ashutosh today, Samir Rizvi.
Rizvi.
Indian talent doing the job
Yeah.
both again.
MP and UP, both. Isn't it? So yes, Delhi Capitals, but again, if only, another season of if only for the Delhi Capitals.
still there, now that the season is over, done and dusted. 5 minutes to you. You can say whatever you want. Sum up their season. So that they listen to you. By the way, they listen.
Yeah. They definitely do.
So that they listen to you and then fix the problems for the coming season. Come on. As a hardcore supporter of Delhi Capitals, Delhi Capital, what would you want to say?
I think at the auction, the job was very nicely done by the Delhi Capitals. At the auction table, when we sat down here and made the first playing 11 of the Delhi, I think it looked like a really intimidating side in that sense. We had put in Tristan Stubbs at 5, Harry Brook at 4, KL Rahul at the top of the order. So all of those things that looked a really good and a promising team for the Delhi Capitals. Then you made the right decisions to begin with, also giving the captaincy to Akshar Patel. I know the results haven't gone the right way, but still I think that was the best decision because of that KL Rahul could play really freely. Did that help him or not? That's a different thing, but at least you went in with that mindset. So I think those decisions were made very, very correctly.
Actually, just to stop you there, today, if there was a Akshar in place of Sadiqullah Atal, this looks a good batting lineup as well.
Yeah.
Overall, so you'll have a KL Rahul, Faf du Plessis, Karun Nair, Akshar Patel, a Sameer Rizvi, a Tristan Stubbs, and Ashutosh Sharma. Looks like a good batting
Yeah,
man.
but I think where the things actually started to take a different turn for the Delhi Capitals, I think that was the moment where you started to panic a little bit, where you started to frequently change your batting lineup, you started to frequently change the position of a KL Rahul, Abhishek Purell, you started to panic. And I think that's the difference between a team that has seen success in the past versus a team who hasn't seen success in the past. Because the Delhi Capitals...
Delhi has seen success.
No, success as in...
Final.
No, final once
Playoffs.
in 18 years. Once in 18 years, na? Final.
Once in 12 years.
They played
Final.
before that, na?
Final they've never played, just once.
So, Sunny Gupta?
No, that
was
was
qualified too.
Qualified.
Yeah,
too.
so they haven't seen success.
They finished top of the table
Yeah,
that
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Yeah. Mone Mokal was...
IPL changed the entire playoff format for the Delhi Capitals.
No, you always
and
say
they
this.
never made full use of it, ever.
But just getting back to that, I think that is where what the difference is. That is where you need to hold on to things and just go match by match. Delhi, I think, started to panic a little too soon. Delhi was definitely going towards that. Delhi should have been at least in the top 4, if not the top 2. According to me, once they had won those first 5 games out of the first 6, after that the next target should have been to seal the top 2 positions. But as soon as you started to lose a couple of games, then you started to panic. Things were absolutely fine. Your planning was absolutely spot on. Things were working. You were winning games from situations where you could have lost as well. You were winning close games. That, to begin with, showed a lot of sportsmanship in that sense inside the team. I thought that there was a lot of belief in this team, and that is why you were winning from situations where you could not have won from. But then suddenly when you started to lose, I think everybody inside that dressing room started to panic. You started to play KL Rahul at 3, sometimes at 4, then Abhishek Purell was coming at some position. You started to make so many changes in that team that suddenly you lost that winning combination. Today again you went back to the sort of a similar combination and you got back to winning ways. So all in all, I think all you need to learn is that as soon as you have a good start, just hold on to it and just go match by match. As we have seen with Mumbai Indians, I like this thing about them a lot, that as soon as they are in a situation where it is about winning all the games remaining, they don't think too much about ahead. They just go one game at a time, and I think that is something that helps you. So even if you're losing and there's a slump in your season, just hold on to it and realize that we are just a couple of wins away from sealing a spot. So that is all that the Delhi Capitals, I think, went wrong at, and that IPL is a very cruel tournament. One game here or there, one catch here or there, a missed run out, 4 here or there can totally change the complexion of your campaign. Delhi had that buffer, but they just let go of that buffer and ended up on this side of the line rather than on the other side of the line.
In this case, 3 runouts.
Yeah. That 3 run out Mumbai.
I think
Bye.
from there Delhi started to panic a lot. You remove Jake FM, that was a good call, but then KL Rahul at top, coming back at number 3, 4. I think KL Rahul, you should have stuck with him to open at the top of the innings.
You kept changing it. Yeah. By the way, I was just seeing in the long list of players that were ignored in the auction and why they were, can't make up your mind. I think Mustafizur Rahman should be part of that list as well. How good has he been ever since he's come in? Another one of those who were ignored at the auction. Another one of the players that is proving that what do such fine minds who get paid by the crores to sit at those auction tables to come up with strategies can make such blunders. And it's not specific to one team. Obviously all 10 of them did not bid for him. That's why he wasn't sold. Just as nobody bothered to bid for Shardul Thakur, or for that matter Devil Brevis. And look at those players.
Patel.
I mean, Chennai, look
Matre.
Again, I told you, Matre is supposed to... I also personally did not know that Ayush Matre will be such a good white ball player, because I was just reading what was...
But you read,
yeah, exactly.
Your job was to go and see matches
Exactly.
day in and day out and observe players and study them, watch them in even local matches. Then you would have made the call.
That is what I say, that they are getting paid so much money, they just go with the wind. Where whatever the mahal is, they just go. Seems like they are also just reading.
Yeah, because a lot of time we hear IPL teams say that why is this one not playing? Remember famously Gaikwad, because he's not looking good in the nets. So that means you have that eye to judge players from the net. No, for example, famously Karun Nair, when he was not played and was carried for a series, dropped. That time I remember he was famously asked, the team manager, I think Virat was captain at that time, why is he not playing? They said he's not looking good in the nets. So everyone, judges player based on how they're looking at nets. Then these guys who get paid by the millions should be observing. So question should be asked. If I was the owner, instead of having problem with the players that have been selected and having issues with them, because I'm sure everyone tries, going out of form is one thing. I would be speaking to my coaches or whatever, or scouts or whatever. Like if I see Devil Brevis, and it doesn't matter which team owner I am, I'll say, boss, this player was there, no? Why did you not
No, you
tell
didn't
us
buy him because he didn't play spin one season.
So I don't want to know. That's what I'm saying. I will haul up my team that when we were sitting at that auction table, his name came up. We did not even bother to bid. Why? Do you have reason? Please explain yourself.
But scouts
similarly,
give the names at occasions to teams.
So whoever decided, then that person has to be. That if it's the coach who's overruling the scout, then maybe the question should go to the coach or whoever.
See, Mustafizur, he had such a great season for CSK in 2024. Let him go.
I think there's also this problem between Bangladesh Cricket Board and the IPL, council here, that sometimes, Bangladesh Cricket Board is not really ready to release their players for throughout the auction, because at that particular point in time, in those 2 months, Bangladesh do have, these bilateral series, and they want, most of their first choice players to take part in it. So that I think also plays a role in this game, because even if, initially Mustafizur Rahman was given just a 6 to 7 day NOC by BCB. So I think that also plays a role, but if the relations can improve and the BCB can make sure that the players take part fully in the IPL, then it's going to be good.
Then how come now he's come?
Because there was a window.
It's just they're also.
Shardul Thakur has also problem with not being released for the
just
franchise.
have.
Devil Brevis, did he have any issues?
No, nothing.
Because
They're
I-
also
Africa
just
and
treating.
IPL, great relations.
They also just treat and pick a cup. Very honestly, I've seen this for many years now.
What is the inky pinky?
Everybody
ponky
goes
put
again after only one. There are 10,000 players in the whole domestic league. In DPL also, I can tell you 10 more players who can strike the ball the same way Priyansh Arya does. Very honestly, but everybody will go after Priyansh Arya only.
Why did RCB not play Swastik Chikara?
They haven't till now. I don't
Why?
know. Mayank Agarwal again same.
Mayank Agarwal, who was not even again, that's what I'm saying, not picked in the auction, comes from outside and plays. Swastik Chikara, who was picked in the auction, is not playing. Why?
I don't know.
And he's been a good boy also. Like there's no disciplinary issue also.
2 years
with him.
he's been in the IPL and hasn't got
One of-
I'm saying that sometime what happens, you pick a player and there are certain other issues, disciplinary issues. So with him, he's such a good boy. He's helping the rest of the team all the time.
One of the few Kannadigas in the team, by the way. Local Kannadigas in the RCB team.
Who?
Mayank.
Okay, I thought it
But
was.
that he came much later.
But still,
Swastik
now
Chikara.
RCB are RCB.
But they never picked him, na. My thing is, if you didn't pick him, and Swastik Chikara was picked for his batting ability, then when the chance came to play someone, then he should have played. You played somebody who didn't even pick in the auction, who's come as a
Like
backup.
this
It
only.
just
It is like this only.
defies
That's correct.
logic. Yeah.
No, there is
IPL
no
has no logic.
I'm saying if we sit, we'll also see. If we are at the auction table, we know that this boy is coming, Priyansh Arya, because 10,000 people are talking about him. So Ryan Shedgate, 10,000 people were talking about him, so everybody wanted to go
Aniket
after him.
Verma.
Aniket Verma. These 3 were Anshul Kamboj. These, then you play them, don't play them, but everybody will go after them.
Once
because
there was a
there's this
Pawan
vibe. Because the vibe is, this happens
Vibe.
every year in the IPL. I've seen it so many times in the IPL that this is happening. This year you did not go for Devolve Brevis. The only reason for that, I remember saying it myself, that how can you not go for Devolve Brevis, to which Sidvi sir only, when we had the auction, said that he cannot play spin well. One season he did not play spin well. His season at the SA20 was terrific. How could he have been ignored? First name I wanted in the Delhi Capitals team as soon as Harry Brook had gone out was Devolve Brevis. If Devolve Brevis would have come for Delhi Capitals, things could have been very different. And they did
That's
not.
what I think you suggested, na? When Harry
Yeah,
Brook
as
was,
soon as
yeah.
Devolve Brevis, any day I would want him in my team, in a T20 team.
They don't listen now. Anyway, now
They read, because I'll tell, what could also happen is that scouts, see, I'll be very honest, scouts do go there, do have their names, they give the names as well, but the people who are sitting on that table, at the end of the day, they are the ones who are picking that. So if they are not going for these players, because like Chennai, we came to know that they had given the names, the team did not want to go.
Yeah. The scout came and said it. After that, the show only got
But they
suspended.
Yeah, it was.
The scout came and said that. That Chennai scout. I gave all these names. They didn't pick up. There's good news, by the way, if you're an RCB fan. Our Royal Challengers Bengaluru have put out a post. It's that of an Australian kit, and the title is Lost and Found. It's clearly Hazlewood.
Yes.
Hazlewood, who's arrived to Indian shores, which means everyone was saying he'll be only available from playoffs. Now that he's here,
The LSG game.
he should be
LSG.
there
Maybe
for
he
the
would also
LSG
have had
game.
COVID. You never know. Maybe he
He
also
shoulder
had
niggle.
COVID.
He himself said that. Huh?
No, but Australians are
Stoinis had COVID.
Head
na?
also.
Head also. But not necessary that,
Could
All
be a
Australians,
possibility.
not all Australian.
Yeah.
Just because there's a case in Noida, 155-year-old man has got COVID.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yes.
Where-
Yesterday it was
sector?
breaking news.
I
He's
don't know
been
which sector.
hospitalized.
He's been kept in isolation.
I don't know which
There are
sector.
people who are a little sick in our team also. Not in our team directly, but yeah, extended.
No,
team.
no. Now COVID is spreading. People have started. Hospitalization has started. Isolation has started. Also, what has happened is that, and that's what I was just reading. They're saying that everyone needs to be revaccinated as well.
Dose 4.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it wanes over
Yeah, it does. It does.
time. No, the effectiveness. Maybe not for all people or all demographics in that sense. Maybe only restricted to people who have
45 plus or 60
yeah.
plus in that sense.
Yeah.
Who need to do it all over again because they may have comorbidities also.
Exactly. For people with comorbidities, they may need another dose. So anyway, to everyone who's watching, I know we're digressing, but be careful. COVID is spreading. It is coming back in a new version. Of course, globally it has started to spread, but in India also now you have plenty cases. Kerala had lots, and Maharashtra had lots of them. Karnataka as well, and now there's also in Delhi NCR where we are. So yeah, that's good news from the RCB front that we can report. Now that I was just looking at the programming with the broadcaster, they're going all out, like countdown watch, 14 hours,
debate tomorrow.
5 minutes, itne seconds to go, this, that, for one last
we
time,
have to sell,
hashtag
na?
one last. So is it really one last time
But
for
you have
MS
to sell
Dhoni?
something in this.
See,
non-
they are
I
assuming.
want everyone's opinion. Is it one last time as is being sold?
A personal opinion, na?
Yes.
One last time. That's why they're building it up. He's playing for the final time.
No.
I don't think so.
No. It might be one last time as captain.
No, that also. Once he comes out next season, 14 games, who knows?
You cannot
Start
trust,
with a different captain.
You cannot trust our glorious host broadcasters. Because as Nikhil said, they themselves don't know.
No, that I agree, but I'm just asking, forget what the broadcaster is doing.
He's coming
Should
back.
everyone who's watching us also be prepared that tomorrow tune into your television set because it could be one last time? Or this is precisely the point that the broadcaster is trying to sell, that at least sell this narrative, whether it's one last time or not, doesn't matter. At least it'll get people to watch the game.
Broadcasters don't know themselves because that they're themselves having a debate tomorrow before
Acha.
the game, discussing that should it be the last time or not.
There are so many red herrings about MS Dhoni's one last time. It's been going on since
Okay,
2024.
let me ask your personal opinion. Would you want it to be one last time? As a long-term supporter of Chennai, as the son of the soil,
That ship
as a
sailed years ago.
I am asking you, as a son of the soil, just as he had a rant about his team and what are things he would want. So, as a son of the soil from Chennai,
It should be the last time.
should be,
Should be. Yeah.
but it will not be.
It will not be.
Okay.
He is playing 2026. He will play 2027. And then he will leave. He will honor the 3-year contract. He will see the transition.
Siddharth is saying, no, I'll have to, because not only is he from Chennai, he has connections also in the team. CEO,
Never
this,
told
that.
this.
Arey,
Of course, I've told you.
Kashi is his uncle. Yeah, he is.
No.
What did you say that?
He is just because we are
Some family
Vishwanathans. Just because you're Vishwanathan's doesn't mean it's like not all Sharmas are related.
Some long time you said.
He's a good friend. I mean, I said this about Srinivasan.
Can you make
Srinivasan also and Kashi also.
Srinivasan is
owner.
my grandmother's classmate. They studied law in the same school.
See that
So,
he has.
just type Justice Prabha
you meant to
Sridevan.
do this job, I feel.
And then Kashi also no family friend or something, no?
Kasi is just
A plenty cricket enthusiast.
one Vishwanathan meets another Vishwanathan.
You know the cricket enthusiast also?
No.
You didn't know him?
See,
He didn't.
Kasi, when I started going out on the field and covering all that, the
No, not Kashi, I'm not talking about. You know the cricket enthusiast, the original cricket enthusiast.
The original cricket enthusiast, na? That's why I made that mention.
I don't know.
You do know him or not?
No, I don't know him.
You don't. But he is related to Srinivasan.
I've never had that much of an interaction with him.
It's a
luckily.
logical reasoning question.
He's-
Is related to.
I really did. I know who you're talking about. There is still deep connections in the TNCA also. I know who you're talking about. I know that. But see, Mr. Srinivasan is related to family in a way because, as I said, just Google Justice Prabha Sridevan. She and Narayanaswamy Srinivasan were both classmates. She was in the appellate tribunal of the Supreme Court and also served in the Madras High Court also. as a
That
judge.
is your.
My grandmother, younger
See, I
grandmother.
tell you, he has connection. So if he is saying that he's playing till 2027, he's honoring the contract, then he must have seen the fine prints of the contract.
Which
That's
is
why I
why.
said.
And
You
it's
should
a
share it with the family members.
It's
also.
a
But if
transition.
you personally don't want him to play, you could have used your connections to ensure that happened.
You could have exercised all your power. Like
Don't you have a vote?
once
Vote
someone
over there.
did to save his captaincy.
Vote over there.
No voting and all. No. See,
Don't have the voting power right now.
there was a saying in the 70s Indira is India, India is Indira. Dhoni is CSK, CSK is Dhoni. Simple. Everything ends with him. He's the Kendra Bindu of
Actually,
everything.
CSK will say, I mean, honestly, everyone who's expressing their opinion, they'll say, MS wants to play. We are the owners, we want him to play.
Then
What goes yours?
Yeah.
They-
Why are you guys jumping that he should play or not? The owners own the team. The player has to take his decision. Both are in agreement whether he plays or not.
Miyan Bivi Razi to kya karega Kazi?
Exactly. What goes yours?
Exactly. So, in that way. So, he will come back. 2026. One last time is to make anyway irrelevant game relevant.
True.
That's why I think that hashtag is.
What if they win? That
They
will
can.
be grand.
How will it be grand? How will it be grand?
Okay.
It will only dent Gujarat's chances. But
Gujarat can slip to fourth also. That happens.
Grand.
Grand.
We also have to sell it, na?
Grand. But sell what is true, na? Don't false
by
package
winning
it and do
anyway.
something.
if you are making good food, you can sell it with
No.
good packaging.
Shashwat
But if you
was-
make bad food, no matter how good your packaging is, nobody will eat it.
See, you know what? It was like that one packaging scam that happened. One guy ordered an Apple iPhone. He got 6 apples. iPhone 6, he got 6 apples. That's what you're doing. Grand game.
Well, real story.
It happened, yes. One guy ordered an Apple iPhone 6. He opened the can, 6 apples. That was the scam. Yeah. Happened in Bengaluru, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
and iPhone 6 is a long time ago.
But 6.
2015, 16.
Yeah. But he
You
got
know-
6 apples.
I got iPhone 1, 2 and 3 I used.
And then you would have used all of them then.
No, then I moved to Android.
Android,
You,
yeah.
you were able to do that.
Then I've only come to iPhone 14.
14. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3 I used.
It's all a hype. You can easily switch to Android
Yeah,
and
I
Apple.
did.
It happens.
No, nothing happened. I went back to Apple because of a majburi actually.
What?
Because where I was, there was no Android available support. I was abroad.
For me,
There was no Android support for the phone that I had. That's not that there were not Android phones there, of course. For the phone that I had, there was no Android support and I need to buy a new phone. Then I was like,
Apple for me was
So
a
now-
that day only I wanted it.
But what do you like more?
There's not much to choose actually. There's certain things that are better about Android, there's certain things that are better about Apple as well. So Like for example, battery and everything is Android is far better.
Android is
than
million
Apple.
times better. Charging also million
Apple
times
is
better.
a simpler interface. It's simple. And why? Because I've always used my laptops are always in Apple. I've never, I don't like Windows. So that compatibility sometimes because
That's
of
the
my
whole
phone.
universe. Once you get into it, you cannot.
No, I was managing earlier as well. It's just become more convenient after I'm on the same platform.
Those iCloud settings, nightmare.
But another thing with like Android and all were very simple. Like first you have to, now it's changed. Like iTunes, you had to have iTunes for everything. Android, you could just copy paste. Just
And any
change
format.
stuff, any format.
OS of Apple was far more stricter. There was a lot of security features. You couldn't download an MP3
Correct.
or a VLC.
Now they've worked on a lot of those things. They made it easy.
And plus
So
you
they're
needed
good things
specific.
and then the most important point is that you could get a lot of things in Android at half the price of an Apple and higher configurations in terms of RAMs, battery life, all of that. So what you could do is that actually change your phone every year.
Yeah.
Because what you pay for 3 years and carry on
But
one,
that's
you
the
could.
whole point. You don't need to. Once you have the iPhone, then you don't need to change.
No,
it
you
for
need
so
to
many.
not for anything but for battery.
Yes. Battery is
So
a
after
nightmare.
3 years, it becomes tough because I think somewhere and maybe I don't know whether it's a scam or whatever that as soon as you keep updating to the next,
that
your battery life keeps falling,
They
and
want
they
you to-
end up forcing you. They'll reach a stage where you, and it's not that you can replace batteries, right? So you'll have to buy, even though you'll be okay with the phone. That let's say you're not a fashionable person who has to show I have the latest. It'll work just fine. There's no issue. In fact, if I turn on my app, I still have my iPhone 2 or whatever 3. If I turn it on, it turns on fine. It can work as well.
But the
Just that
battery
the software won't take this and the battery won't last.
If it was
So they
100%,
do it like that.
If it was 100% within 2 hours, if suppose you want to shoot a video and all that, within 2 hours it will go to 20%.
And that is not an issue in their laptops and desktops.
Yeah.
They can carry on for 15 years.
But
You
in
won't
our
have any.
industry, it's better to have an iPhone just because of the camera quality, I think.
Yes, but
Camera
no, but
quality.
there are certain phones in Android. For example, Samsung, you can't match their cameras. Not even iPhones can match it. Like I have seen the results.
Even because I do have a Samsung phone only, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The
Even
cameras
Realme.
there in there, and nowadays there is this other phone that I've forgotten the name, which I saw when the tech team had. The Zoom.
Google Pixel.
No. There's
Even
another
our
one. Google
editor
Pixel phone is
also-
also good. There's another one. I've forgotten the name. That
Nothing.
the zoom of that was next level. You did it with the sky. Incredible. Like not even an iPhone Pro can.
our editor was
Pro Max can
suggesting
even.
me a phone by the company Nothing.
Yeah, nothing is also
Yeah.
good. But this was not a nothing thing. I'll tell you when I.
There's
when
a
I
company called Nothing.
yeah, it's very popular. Very popular. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of advantages, disadvantages. If you sit with a techie, you'll understand and they'll explain. But again, we're not able to use half the features that are available.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, enough of our tech talk and being.
Dhanush is like saying, if you can't make the top 4, then destroy the top 4.
That's what is happening.
Yes.
That is what Lucknow Super Giants, Delhi Capitals, and
SRH Hyderabad.
are doing.
Yes. Esports YT. It might be RCB versus MI, but it's qualifier 1 loading. RCB MI in qualifier 1.
No. Now
Could be
it can be.
possible, yeah, no.
If Gujarat lose to CSK,
Yes.
and then Mumbai beat
PBKS.
Punjab,
Yep.
and RCB beat LSG. Can be.
Although I think MI's net run rate is behind GT, if they get to 18 each. Yes. Oh no, Mumbai have a
they're
better
Mumbai
net
have the
run rate.
best.
Oh.
Mumbai have the best.
Then-
in the
And assuming that Gujarat lose, their net run rate will anyway fall.
Yeah.
And if Mumbai win, their net run rate will anyway go up.
Wow, yes, that can also happen. Gujarat can slip to 4th. From 1 to 4, they can go to.
If
Yes.
they lose the next match.
Yeah.
That's why I said, now, you thought IPL is so simple this time, everything. No, IPL said, hold my coffee.
I stopped believing that in 2014.
Hold my coffee.
Bigger surprises might be waiting for us in the coming week. You never know.
Like,
Playoffs. Maybe we have the best playoffs ever.
no. I'm talking about everything is
Yeah,
decided.
yeah.
That's also not done. Final day, you will be wondering who's 1,
Yes.
who's 2, who's 3, who's 4.
Yeah.
That excitement never stops.
Yep. Medan Shroff from the UK saying, thank you, Delhi Capitals. What a knock by Rizvi. Even Nair. Indeed. Rakshit Singh is saying, RCB
In this order.
in this order, RCB, MI, GT, PBKS, it is. Can bet my house on it.
By the way,
no.
Rakshit had said this earlier as well.
Yes.
He said you can laugh as much as you want, but this is what will happen. So Rakshit, we remember that comment. We'll see if that does happen. If
It's not only me who is getting that funny feeling.
No, but can bet my...
you had a funny feeling just yesterday that RCB were winning.
Yeah.
What RCB were winning?
You are the only one who backed
You had the
RCB to win.
feeling, na?
That game. ठीक है, we all have had our predictions.
So I'm just saying,
you
if,
got it wrong. I got it wrong.
if
Anyone
that
else
if
got it
that
wrong.
is the funny feeling that is going to be, then it
Siddharth
will remain funny only.
Siddharth Gulati had
Then
a
the
funny feeling
feel-
on June 29th also. When South Africa were winning.
I was very sad with Gulati, sir. You didn't say
You know what
all
happened?
the best.
The 29 of
Despite I'm saying whatever prediction, you should have said all the
29
best.
of 24. You know, a certain guy comes up to me.
No, I'm
"Yaar,
saying whatever
Gulati,
the
your
prediction."
might just come true.
Might, I said. Might.
I'm saying prediction I get, but you should have said all
But
the best.
once, Klassen fell. I told you.
I've
India
done a
winning.
video in which everybody said
All the best to Team
to
India, yeah.
Team India, even editors, Shivam
Yeah.
Bhaiya, Pawan Bhaiya, everybody was in it. Gulati sir did not agree
Why didn't you want to wish the team?
that I've predicted South
Neutral
Africa.
in that, and I truly, you know,
No, you don't have to say that.
Neutral to
Wish. Arey yaar,
not
you
the one
can
to pick
wish
sides,
somebody
nah,
the.
not the one to pick sides like this.
That's what. Can bet my house on it, Rakshit. You're copying Sagar Shah in this particular case. Because he
But
also
he's
says,
actually right. You know, somebody asked me to do a video recently that can you send all the best to Indian team for England tour? And I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that because I can't be seen wishing them. If you want, I can do a video saying that, you know, this will be tough or this will be easy, this it's a good opportunity, or I can say this for India to shine, but I can't do a wish. No, I'm a journalist, I'm supposed to be an observer. I can't send my
That's
wishes.
not my job.
So I
actually.
refuse
That's
to
the
send.
point.
Just now it has happened. 3 days ago. For the series.
yes. Can bet my house on it.
Shubham Garg has a comment that Shashwat, the boss, which players would you like to release before the next auction for
He's
Delhi
making the
Capitals?
fun. He said
Shivaji
he
the
was like
boss.
making Shashwat the boss. So I said he's already
Now Shashwat is going to do that.
unofficial. So he's
Shivaji the boss, indeed.
no. It is from yesterday's
I know,
comment.
I
You
know.
remember?
Day,
no?
not yesterday morning. Yeah,
Arey, you called him the
afternoon.
boss, na?
Not,
That,
not this afternoon.
This
Yeah,
Afternoon.
this
This
Feels
afternoon.
like two different days, but yeah.
He's the
I
real
thought it was
boss.
yesterday.
No. I know
It is yesterday. It's already 25th.
Ah,
To me also.
it
felt
was
like
yesterday.
different day.
It was yesterday.
That
yes.
was yesterday.
It was that. It happened today only. But I think one name that came at the top of my head that was Abhishek Purell. I think not just nothing against
Mukesh?
him. One by one.
Acha, okay. You said na one name that comes.
one name that comes at the top. That is
Maybe
Abhishek.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So I think Abhishek Purell definitely makes that list. The only reason I have nothing against him, I think he has great promise in him. He's very young, just 22 right now. Has a very good record for the Bengal side as well as far as shortest format is concerned. It's just that he has gotten a very long rope for the Delhi Capitals. Been 3 years already. Has been retained this year ahead of a lot of other uncapped players as well. So I think the rope should now finally end for Abhishek Purell, and the Delhi team should go for a more, in the sense, a match winner. You need one recognized batter who is a regular feature in his international team in the T20 format. So you need one batter like that in the middle order. I don't want to let go of a Samir Rizvi and Karun Nair just because of the promise they have shown this season. So Abhishek Purell definitely at the top of my head. I would let go of him. I would let go of a Mukesh Kumar. I would let go of a T Natarajan as well.
अरे बस करो यार.
The only name I am removing from the Delhi Capitals is Jake Fraser McGurk.
Yeah,
That also you add. His list is very long.
I was going on with the list, sir.
Bus.
You'll do a PBKS, full revamp.
But at least 3 options for me: JFM, Mukesh, and Abhishek Purell.
Purell, I don't think they'll let go.
They won't let go.
It's not even
and
that
it was
bad
just
bad as he
and
is.
I know that it was
To
Saurav
let go of
Ganguly
him.
had a very big say in having him in the team because of that. Because he not saying
No,
any
no, he
bias.
did well also.
Because he has seen him much more. But there
No,
was a
he did
reason-
well also.
Yeah, and that is why the management changed and they also were in favor of having him back. So yeah. Because he's giving podcasts and everything.
So how does that?
No, doesn't mean anything.
Medan Shroff is saying to influence your top 2 opinions, Hazelwood is back. Yes, Medan, we mentioned that in the program earlier. Okay, on that, so just to figure out top 2, let's get our predictions in terms of results. What do you think? So, who wins what? So, first game is Gujarat-Chennai. Who wins?
GT.
GT, I mean, I'm going to go by form. So, between them, GT. So GT, the majority. So, they get 20 then. Next,
one spot is seed.
So, forget SRH game.
Yeah.
Next, let's take Punjab-Mumbai. Okay. Who's winning?
Mumbai.
Punjab. My vote would end.
I'll also give Punjab.
Yeah.
So 50-50.
Yeah.
Pawan has the deciding word then.
Pawan,
Punjab, Mumbai.
he says Mumbai. So okay. So Mumbai got to 18. Punjab remain at 17. Right? And Gujarat have finished with 20. Now RCB versus LSG.
LSG.
RCB.
LSG.
I'll say RCB. Pawan says
It's also
RCB.
biased now.
No, whatever it is, doesn't matter. So RCB win that one. That's 19. So how does the points table finish then?
Gujarat first 20, RCB second 19, then
MI third with 18.
18, and Punjab Kings fourth with 17.
I cannot believe it that Punjab is finishing 4th.
No,
We just did the
our
calculation.
predictions, na.
Biased votes.
Doesn't matter. Your vote can also be
Yeah,
biased. then.
I know, but-
so that's it.
It's been bias or PBKS then.
It's a majority. 5 people are there.
Yeah.
Your vote is your vote.
Yeah.
Somebody who votes against you does not mean he's wrong or he's biased.
No.
We also have. So we have 5 people. We voted, and this is the voting that it is. So based on a majority vote, that's how democracies work. I voted separately. He voted separately from me. I'm not saying he's biased and his vote should not count. It's his vote, and all votes are equal.
So Punjab finishes 4th, Mumbai 3rd.
RCB second with
RCB
19
second,
points,
Gujarat
and Gujarat Titans with 20.
In your prediction, it could be separate, but we are doing a collective prediction. In my prediction, also it could be separate.
You could have RCB MI qualifier too, if that
So
happens.
as our collective prediction is concerned, it will be Gujarat, RCB, MI and Punjab, right? That's what is a collective prediction, not anyone individually. Okay,
Yeah.
next.
Go to
Ashish Dhar is saying with MS it should actually be when last time. Doesn't matter na, I said we explained it. Doesn't matter what you think. Franchise wants him. He wants to
Exactly.
play. Finito. Shubham Garg says, oh, Shubham has done the Google of your grandmother, says you look like her.
Yeah, Justice Prabhash Sridevan, yes.
There you go. He's Googled, huh?
Thank you.
Shubham has Googled. I thought as much when you were saying that people will Google, they must have seen the image. So there is resemblance there.
Yep.
So you can influence
Indeed.
Ashish Dhar.
RCB waitlist for top 2 spot can now become RAC, yes.
That day we had another reference to that. What changed to regret? They are this, but it has changed to regret, he said. That we could not.
See, the regret waitlist meaning that you can't board the
No, that we understood. But he had said they were this and now has changed to regret. What were they in that?
Delhi Capitals.
But I could not figure. It was not RAC, it was something else he had.
It was regret meaning, okay, you're on the bus to the playoffs, you lost the game, it's now.
And regret is also there, just regret.
Regret / WL. Regret / WL means it's waitlist, it cannot be confirmed. After your loss, any permutation combination, you cannot get a seat confirmed.
Train expert also. Some family in train also, na? You had in the railways. I mean. There you go.
GM of Southern Railways.
There you go. He has too many connections.
He was the king from Kanyakumari to Pune. That was the jurisdiction of Southern Railways until then.
See.
So, trains, obviously. RLWL, PQWL, WL, RAC. सब पता है.
Shubham Garg again, he says, as an engineer working on Pixel can tell you it's true Apple changes software settings of old version which causes higher battery usage when new one comes. Thank you, Shubham, for that input.
Indeed.
This I always suspected this because it happens.
Yes.
Every time there's a software, and they do it obviously because otherwise people will keep that phone for many years. Not everyone is, as I said, fashion conscious that I have to have the latest. Till the phone works well, people will carry on. But they ensure that after about 3 year, I think is that threshold. At best 4 years, it will become such a bad shape that you will say, no, I have to upgrade now.
Yes.
And then once you're in that ecosystem, you want to continue in that ecosystem, easy to transfer. And so once they've got you, they're not letting you out. Thank you for that, Shubham.
Yeah. Pratt Alt from the US is saying, you can get your iPhone battery replaced officially through Apple. I have had it done for my mom in India through authentic service providers for 6 to 7K INR.
Oh, that's interesting then.
Right, yeah.
Well, maybe that's something that we can
But
look
I
at.
don't think it's 6-7. I think it will be much more. Yeah.
15,000-20,000
Yeah,
is
I
what
also
one
think.
of our iPhone enthusiasts in Pavan is telling us. But does that then solve the problem, as Shubham is pointing out, that they
Yeah.
change
Once
the
battery
software?
get changed. Yeah, because you're
starts
changing the
working as
battery,
well.
na.
So that's a good idea.
No,
we
but I
beat
don't
Apple
think-
at its own game.
I don't think it's that cheap though. I think it's much.
15-20 is
I
better
think
than 1 lakh for
I
a
think even
phone,
more
na?
than that. I think it's even more than that.
Arey 15-20, a
No,
good
it
idea.
won't be 15-20.
Let's beat Apple at this game. I keep my phone for 10 years.
That won't-
Every 3 years change the battery.
But I think it will be even more than 15-20. At least 30-40% of the rate of the
No,
phone.
yaar.
Could be.
Pratt Alt is saying it
It
must.
depends on which model he got changed, na. Which model that would have been. It depends on that also.
1 lakh for a phone.
No. After you get GST, exchange your old iPhone, all you get it done and you get it at a very reasonable.
He just bought now a new one.
I do it now every. That's right.
See, there you
No.
Every year he changes.
No. That I get it at a very economical rate because I exchanged the previous one. I get a very good rate for that. So I get a new one at a price at which I would get any normal Android phone.
It shows in online 7,500
There you
Any
go.
battery?
for 14.
For 14.
Oh, that's
See,
interesting.
there you go. That's what I'm saying. Trust Pratt Alt. So even if, let's say, that is for 14, for maybe 15 and 16, it'll be higher, but you're still looking at the 10, 12, 13. I'll do this now. Every 3 years, change the battery only. Won't change the phone. Good idea. Thank you, Pratt Alt. Last couple of comments before we wind up. Sarat
People
Chandra.
send gifts to you as phones and all of that. So
Nobody sends me any gift as phone. All the gifts I get, you guys take it. Like there. So this I kept because I really liked it.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice. I liked it.
Sarat Chandra is telling me, told you PBKS are just stacking their batting till 10 but playing 3 part-timers to bowl 10 overs. Except Arsh and Chahal who are full-time bowlers regularly, and it's Shreyas inning cost them. But then Arsh and Chahal, you also have a Harpreet Brar at a Marco Jansen who have chipped
Preet
in.
Barar, you saw that 6? First ball he came and smacked it.
Where is UC Chahal?
He was rested today, I'm assuming. Because he
No
was
update whether
there-
he had an injury or
and because he was
something.
roaming around on the field having fun. I saw him quite a few times.
You will not have fun if you lose another game and are out of top 2, na?
No, mid innings I saw him, not post.
No, I'm talking about the
Praveen
team.
Dubey played.
If they're
Maybe they
taking it
played
this
Prav-
lightly,
No, maybe they played Praveen Dubey because Praveen Dubey was part of Delhi Capitals previously.
maybe.
Yes, he was. Shubham Garg is saying, no, it won't get better. Battery draining is entire phone industry. Banks on especially Samsung. They drain it after 2 years only with software configuration. Okay.
Sir, my Samsung phone is
You can't do
turned, 3 years old.
Ashish Dar, we had someone else also. Yeah. DC lost Vikalp option to change to confirmed. Acha, lost Vikalp option. I think it's a Tatkal service, if I'm not mistaken.
Vikalp option is that
Quota, this is
if you not get the confirmed ticket in X, then it automatically change to
auto upgradation in that sense. The auto upgradation. Okay.
Oh, same route.
Yeah. That does happen. I didn't know the exact term for this Vikalp. So, okay. Sai Srivastav is like telling me, RCB is always heard by a Hyderabad franchisee. 2009, 2016, 2020 playoffs, 287 by SRH and 67 all out RCB. Now costing them a top 2. Not yet. They haven't yet cost a top 2 spot because GT lost to LSG and RCB lost to SRH and now PBKS have lost to DC. Yeah. Okay, Rishabh Jha Singh sir, I want to correct you on yesterday's thing that you told about. That is how many teams went on to play the final after playing eliminator. CSK was the first team to do this in 2012 playing eliminator, but they didn't win. I was telling you about winning. Sure, CSK played the eliminator in 2012, but it was KKR who won the title. The thing which I was telling you was, in what position did you win? Not where the team finished and they... By that logic, Kolkata also played through the eliminator, but they lost in 2021. It was CSK who won the title in 2021. So, that's why. Mumbai, whenever they have come to top 2, they have won. 2019 and 2020, they won with first position. 2017, they won in first position. 15 was second. 13 was second. So, they are a beast in that sense. So, in that way, this is the thing. And... Serial griller is like saying, can you guys on one dugout show tell us about your day at work? What all you daily, how you come to this field, career history and stories from the past?
Good idea, serial
This is a good idea.
griller.
Yeah.
Once the IPL ends.
Once the IPL ends, we'll do it. Last couple of questions before we wind up. We've got Rishabh Jha. Have you taken that?
I've taken that. Sai Srivastava I've taken.
Vishesh Dawar says, hi Nikhil sir. Just a bit off topic. No, but today we are off topic only. But since your family belongs to the Air Force, your thoughts on Operation Sindhul and role of Indian Air Force? Yeah, my grandfather and my Tayaji, my dad's elder brother, was in the Air Force. He used to fly a Sukhoi 7 in those days. Sukhoi 7. Yeah, no, it was. See, there are a lot of details that we are not in the public domain and can't be mentioned. But yeah, as a my dad was in the army, so as a forces kid, I'm really proud of what the forces did overall, because the Indian Air Force, of course, played a major role more than the Indian Army. And now there is enough proof to say that all the targets that they really wanted, they did manage to hit them. And I think the bigger achievement more than that was how they managed to neutralize a lot of drones and missiles that were fired from the other side because of your aerial defense system. So on those two counts, really proud. What can I say? Yeah.
Yep.
That more stories I'll tell you about my forces background when we do that dugout where we can talk more things in private. We'll get Siddharth to talk about the railways and N. Srinivasan. I'll talk about the forces. And Siddharth Gulati will talk about my favorite restaurant in New Delhi,
Pandara Road.
So everyone will talk about family connections.
Yes. Shashwat will talk about his journey as a test cricketer.
How it was to play at the highest level. Okay, last two comments. You can take whichever ones you pick. Sparrow, let's take Sparrow.
From people's perspective, playing against MI in the eliminator looks scary. I wonder what's the perspective from the players. Are they concerned about it? Boss, the best time to beat MI is in the eliminator. Because whenever they have finished third and fourth, they've never managed to win the IPL title. Whenever they finish third and fourth. So that's why. So I think it's easier.
Chaitanya Bagga, last comment.
Shreyas captained 3 IPL teams, DC, KKR, PBKS. Our all bases covered team and he led as a captain gives results now. How they lead ordinary team. Like CSK, LSG, RR in this team, how they lead, your opinion. I think it is basically captaincy. Like he's captained teams.
What he's saying is that Shreyas got lucky when he captained DC, KKR and PBKS because they had all bases covered.
Yes.
His real test will come when he captains a team like CSK, LSG or RR where there are obvious weaknesses, is his point.
But KKR this time also I feel had all bases covered, but they still are on a very different position on the points table. So I think at the end of the day, especially in T20 where the game is moving so fast, it's about how you're using your resources. If you're using a Varun Chakravarti at the wrong time, then it's not of any use to you. So at the end of the day, it's about resource management. I think more or less all the teams somewhat have the resources. It's just about how they are being used and how in form are they. So in form players, how you're using them, it boils down to that. That's the whole point. So Shreyas Iyer, luck, I think he gets the luck with himself.
Final comment from Ashish Shandelia.
What are the chances of happening more according to you? a maiden over in a super over without any wickets falling in IPL, or a team finishing with 28 points in IPL?
Ooh.
What are the chances of happening more?
I think 28 points. Because to have a maiden over in a super over without any wickets falling, that is to say one player plays out all 6
Sunil
deliveries.
Narayan has done it.
But he
once.
took
got
wickets.
the wicket.
Wickets, yeah.
It
Of
was a
Nicholas
wicket
Pooran.
maiden, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Nicholas Pooran on the other.
And Nicholas Pooran,
How
can you
times
believe it?
change.
28 points can be, let's say 20.
You go unbeaten, 14 on 14.
games. That seems very
I think none of the above, Ashish Shandilia, none.
No, maiden over I still
Maiden over can happen, you think?
In a super over.
In a super over, how will
See, if
bowl
you
a
say a
maiden
maiden over in a
They'll run a single at least.
Without
yeah.
wickets, I don't understand. Wickets, if they're falling, then it's a different thing.
No, without wicket. That means you've played 6
Bowled,
balls
yeah.
and you've not.
Nicholas
gotten-
Pooran did, Narayan bowled 4 and then picked wickets.
Yeah,
But
he
4
did.
he bowled dots.
Yeah.
It's almost close to.
I think Ashish, none of the above.
No, I think more chances of a super over being made.
None.
Because they're just
I think
1, 6
28 points
balls.
will happen. Yeah. Don't you think?
Unbeaten.
Unbeaten.
No, all such a competitive tournament.
See, the
Why not?
closest.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Like in football, in leagues where you play 38 games, teams go unbeaten. There are draws.
That is-
I agree.
But that's happened only once na, in the history of
Draw
any
is a
league that you
possibility in
look at.
football, na? Cricket.
Really, it's happened only
I
once.
think
Arsenal 2003.
No, it may have happened more. I'm sure. Like without a single loss. Let me figure out.
Draw is also a
Yeah, draw
possibility,
included
na?
also.
Draw
No
included.
losses.
Here that's not.
Maybe a Bayern comes close. Oh no, there's
Bayern
also
would
been Leverkusen recently in Bundesliga
Yeah.
that happened. Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Then there was Arsenal, which I remember, the Invincibles. I think in the La Liga, you've not seen any team that has gone unbeaten
No,
in the whole
there
season.
would be. There would be. There are lots of them. There are so many of them. I mean, there are in different countries like Tunisia, Libya, and all that. But I'll only pick some big leagues where teams have gone and won
Yeah,
competition.
I can only think of
there
two.
are lots in Africa, lots in Asia as well. I can see.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go to Europe. AC Milan has done it. 91-92 in Serie A. Arsenal in 2003-04, the Invincibles. Juventus has done it 2011-12 in Serie A. Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso, correct?
Yes.
23-24.
That's it.
Yeah. No, but there are more.
See, because I'm looking at only UEFA and
There are
CONMEBOL.
more old examples. Like Celtic did it in the Scottish League in
2000.
1897
Oh,
to
okay.
this.
Maybe
So-
Santos might have done it in Brazil.
Yeah, I'll have to take South America. There are lots of them in
Ish.
Europe as well.
Yeah. Because we are looking at only the top 5 leagues in Europe, UEFA, and also certain bit in CONMEBOL. I don't know
So,
whether
but I'm saying there have been so many examples, even though there are lesser leagues, let's say in Asia, Japan, but it's happened.
it has happened. But
It's happened a lot of times. It's happened more than 100, 200 times.
But I think for Ashish, the question, I think both that you've given, I think none is possible. None. That's the third option that I give.
+1 for me also.
Something will happen someday, yaar.
Super over.
We may not be here to be watching it,
Here as
but it
in
will
the
happen.
world.
Yeah, IPL will carry on now after you and I also.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is the thing. But had he not given that condition now without any wickets falling, then I think a maiden over and super over might be possible.
And it almost happened.
Almost happened, but didn't happen. Nah.
But
That's the thing. So I don't think none. So yes, we will now be covering the final double header of IPL 2025 tomorrow. Yes. CSK versus GT is the day game from the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, followed by the only inconsequential game that is there in IPL 2025 in the build-up to the playoffs. Kolkata Knight Riders versus Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. So let's see how that pans out at this point. Anything else, Gulati, that you want to say?
In Spain, more Athletic Bilbao in 1929-30.
Oh.
In Spain again, 31-32 Real Madrid. Lots of examples, my friend.
Okay. But 1930-31.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
100 years back. Yeah.
I know I've given you recent examples as well.
Recent, I can only think of the two that I mentioned. But I didn't. Wait, Juventus.
AC Milan, I
And
told you
Juventus.
91-92.
And Juventus 2011.
Yeah. Lots
Juventus
of,
2011.
and I'm only talking big leagues. If I look at Armenia, Ukraine, Estonia, Andorra, Wales, Many examples.
Yeah.
The clubs there gone
Yeah, I
unbeaten.
mentioned Celtic also in Scottish League.
Yeah, but I told you a very old example.
Old example, yeah.
Porto 12-13 in Portugal.
Porto, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So Porto in 2010-11 as well.
Wow.
There you go. Yeah. What are you saying? What are you saying?
But again, Farmers League, when you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've done it, yeah. But we don't count.
Football draw is an option.
Yeah.
Like IPL, that's
Rain na washout will happen.
how many games will that happen?
See, the closest I think it was Kolkata with 3. They lost only 3 games in 2024.
Last season?
Yeah. Then Mumbai lost 4 if I'm not
What's
mistaken.
the third opposition? Rajasthan Royals, Punjab Kings, and
I'll
the
give
third
you
team to
one example. 24-25 in Moldova, FC Sheriff went unbeaten but did not win the league title
Oh my goodness.
because I'm sure they would have had a lot of draws.
Draws, exactly. Oh,
They went unbeaten, didn't lose a single game but didn't win the league.
man. I remember one Hungarian game in which the opponent needed to score. The goal difference was 42. They hit 43 and 1 goal was conceded. So 42, they got there and match fixing allegations came up. We had done that on Sports Today 2 years ago. So yeah, so yep. Tomorrow is the final league game and we'll be joining you at 3 p.m. IST for all that. Hashtag last time, maybe not. So let's see. First game GT CSK and then followed by KKR SRH. From me, Nikhil, Gulati and Shashwat. It is bye-bye, Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your one.
Stay safe and subscribe to Sports Today.
It's been a good day actually. Finally the squad is out, so you can have all those PNCs going on in your head about the India 11.
Yes.